welcome to the Daily Scripture Podcast. My name is Jerome Lavelle, and I hope that you're having a fantastic day today. Today we will be looking at Matthew chapter 1, verses 1 through 17. The book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham became the father of Isaac, Isaac the father of Jacob, Jacob the father of Judah and his brothers. Judah became the father of Perez and Zerah, whose mother was Tamar. Perez became the father of Hezron, Hezron the father of Ram, Ram the father of Amminadab. Amminadab became the father of Nahshon, Nahshon the father of Salmon, Salmon the father of Boaz, whose mother was Rahab. Boaz became the father of Obed, whose mother was Ruth. Obed became the father of Jesse, Jesse the father of David the king. David became the father of Solomon, whose mother had been the wife of Uriah. Solomon became the father of Rehoboam, Rehoboam the father of Abijah, Abijah the father of Asaph. Asaph became the father of Jehoshaphat, Jehoshaphat the father of Joram, Joram the father of Uzziah. Uzziah became the father of Jotham, Jotham the father of Ahaz, Ahaz the father of Hezekiah. Hezekiah became the father of Manasseh, Manasseh the father of Amos, Amos the father of Josiah. Josiah became the father of Jechoniah and his brothers at the time of the Babylonian exile. After the Babylonian exile, Jechoniah became the father of Shealtiel, Shealtiel the father of Zerubbabel, Zerubbabel the father of Abiud, Abiud became the father of Eliakim, Eliakim the father of Azor, Azor the father of Zodok. Zodok became the father of Achim, Achim the father of Eliud, Eliud the father of Eleazar. Eleazar became the father of Mathan, Mathan the father of Jacob, Jacob the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary. Of her was born Jesus, who is called Christ. Thus the total number of generations from Abraham to David is 14 generations. From David to the Babylonian exile, 14 generations. And from the Babylonian exile to Christ, 14 generations. Today in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 1, verses 1 through 17, we hear the litany of names tracing the roots of Jesus' birth from Father Abraham to Joseph, the husband of Mary, who bore the baby Jesus and changed the world. In total, 42 generations between them in all. And going back to Abraham, remember that because of his faithfulness, including his willingness to sacrifice his own son Isaac, because of this, God established a covenant with Abraham. And in Genesis, we hear the three parts of that promise. Number one, God promised Abraham to make him exceedingly fruitful. He was to be the father of many nations. Number two, God promised that he would keep that covenant down through the generations, that it would not end with him. And then number three, God promised his descendants that they would inhabit the promised land, a land full of milk and honey for them to reside in. God chose Abraham, and he set him apart from his kinsmen, establishing this new line. And the genealogy in today's gospel spells out each rung of that unbroken ladder between Abraham and Jesus, where God's promise was completed. 42 generations that led to the event that changed our world. God entered our realm as man to bring light and word and serve as a sacrifice and conquer death. In reading and hearing this litany of names, it harkens me to think about the names of all the people that I'm connected to by blood. I ask myself, if I could go back 42 generations, what would my list of names sound like? And I'm thinking about those generations of men and women, all with their own wonderful and perhaps not so wonderful characteristics, some of whom I am sure live their lives like saints, and others, I'm guessing, live theirs more like scoundrels. So among them, both saints and scoundrels. And in thinking about that line of people, my people, and your people and all people, I'm drawing perspective on my life today. Certainly our lives are much different, life's settings and context, what we eat, what we know, how we entertain ourselves, our homes, our jobs, our medicine, our transportation, and all of our technologies have changed so much of life over the centuries. But one thing hasn't changed: the human heart. And I'm thinking about the hearts of my saints and my scoundrels and how I feel about them. And I'm thinking about, what is it in our nature that allows us to oversee the faults of ourselves and the faults of the people of our clan and develop and keep harsh attitudes toward other people who are just the same? What allows us to forgive, forget, discount, and excuse our family, but chastise, rebuke, slander, and hate others? Today in Matthew chapter 1, we hear about the line of generations from Abraham to Jesus, which has prompted me to think about people and perspective. It has me thinking about the fact that my line of people no doubt contained both saints and scoundrels, and with that in mind, that I own no moral high ground in judging other people and how I think about them and theirs. I'm thinking about the fact that we all are part of one human race, one family. Yes, with saints and scoundrels, but family nonetheless. Today I'm reflecting on the fact that my family tree has those saints and scoundrels hanging on it. And that is giving me perspective, and it humbles me in how I think about other people. And I'm thinking about the dignity, the respect, and the love that God calls me to give to all people. Let me close with this thought for us all. Picture a time when some future descendant in our line is looking up our family tree and sees us and assesses the way that we have lived our lives based on the data they have before them. Do you think that that future descendant of ours will count us among those who lived more like saints, or will they count us more like those who lived like scoundrels? My contention is that we have some impact on that and the way we live our lives today. Thank you for joining the Daily Scripture Podcast. My name is Jerome Lavelle, and remember, our word of the day is saint or scoundrel, the way we live our lives today. Until next time, be well and be blessed.